What's up, nation? Really appreciate you all. Thank you all for tuning in. Want to be able to give you all the latest news of the Dallas Cowboys. So far, La'el Collins out with a back injury, and they kicked Connor Williams at right tackle. What does this mean? Why would you kick Connor Williams at right tackle opposed to let him play left tackle or keeping him at his natural spot? This is the thing. Connor Williams is more of a tackler than he is a guard. That's just the reality of it. Now, I do know that this is only practice, and also within practice, Michael Gallup is expected to return. So we got those news out there, as well as the Dallas Cowboys just picked up Josh Jones from the Green Bay Packers. He was released earlier this year. He's more of a box safety, hybrid linebacker, basically. We will do some little film on that. I have some film study already on my Instagram page of Josh Jones. And even Tony Romo gave him praises, okay? So the NFL is always like a living organism. It's always growing. There's always new things. There's always something developing that you just don't see. Here's the thing. We know that Tyron Smith is going to be out for an extended time. We know for that for sure. Anytime you have a quarterback that's right-handed, the best place to put any guard that you know for sure there's going to be a cement or a staple piece to your offensive line is on the left side. That is your blind side. You must protect the blind side at all costs. And in any given situation, and anybody that knows football, you know that you want to have your blind side protected. Here's the thing. La'el Collins has been playing great. La'el Collins is one of the top, according to Pro Football Focus now. According to Pro Football Focus, La'el Collins has been one of the best right tackles in the NFL. But he's injured right now. Here's the thing. When you got a guy of that much valuable asset, I would rather kick him into the inside on my left side as it relates to my blind side, if that makes any sense to you all. Instead of having your line side completely destroyed. Completely. Because right now the starting lineup for the left side is your guy Cam Fleming, Xavier Su'a-Filo, and then you will have Travis Frederick, Zach Martin, and then of course, if La'el Collins is not able to perform, you will have Connor Williams. That doesn't equal a wonderful recipe, especially on that left side, the most important side for your quarterback, if anybody can understand that. Collins been a beast. Shout out to you, Real Raw and Uncut. Really thank you for tuning in to the nation. Hey, the biggest news is that Michael Gallup, his knee's is healing up on him, and he's been better in those fashions. Yes, should I star Roger in fantasy? Yes, you star Roger this weekend. Why don't we want another Atlanta game to happen? Dak gets sacked. Yeah. So, and the best thing about that, shout out to you, Miss Jackie. The best thing about it is being prepared. Remember what I said. It's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have an opportunity and not be prepared. I'm telling you guys from life experiences. I'm not pulling this stuff out of you know what. You got to be ready for the situation. You can't wait till the week. You can't wait till the day of the game and say, okay, let's kick him back outside. Let's kick him back inside. You know for sure with all of the evidence of tape that Connor Williams is not that strong. We know that right now off of tape. He's very technical. Even in college, he's very technical. He's a nasty tackler. We know that. But we understand that his limitations is his strength. Just as well as Tristan Hill. His limitation is his strength. We've been talking about this all off season, the year before, and beyond. La'el Collins' limitation is not his strength. His limitation is footworks and things like that. And so far, he's been doing a formidable job. He's been doing a formidable job being the top right tackle in the NFL. But just to say this, and I have to put this out there because I can't lie to kick it with you all. Outside of the Saints, we always been hearing this, that the Cowboys haven't played anybody. So we can't celebrate and say, well, he's the best right tackle in the NFL, but when he's playing against the Miami Dolphins and when he's playing against the Washington Redskins, when he's playing against the Giants, I believe there's some people in this chat box right now can be the best right tackle if you play them every week, right or wrong. You see, I can't lie to kick it, right? I just want to put the facts out there for you all. So that's what I'm giving you all, the real deal Holyfield, and I ain't gonna lie to kick it. That's the reality. From what I heard, Gallup will play. Here's the thing. Football players are very competitive. We know for sure that you try to win every game. You don't try to make the game close. You try to win and dominate every game. And when you get in your butt whooped, you're going to try to do things nefarious. You're going to try to do things in the support and the love of the game. By that being said, my guy Michael Gallup, he will be out there on the field, but you got to have these reservations. When a player tackle him low, he don't have the luxury of having or securing the safety hood like a quarterback does. So meaning that when we go watch this Green Bay Packers game and you see number 13 out there, those players, if he's beating them, they might hit him low. They might hit him low. So that's just the rulings of how the NFL is now being called. Players used to, when I played football and when people played football back in the days, coaches say, hey, you want to tackle the guy, don't hit him low like that. They can hop over you, they can dive over you, but due to the collective bargain agreement and due to all of the new rules, players got no choice but to hit the player low. They got no choice but to aim at legs. But now you don't know whether or not it's intentional or not. Some players would say, hey, man, don't take out my legs, man. My ACL and my MCL, don't take them out. Hit me high, I can shake off that concussion. But that used to be back in the days. But research and data shows that you don't want to get hit there anymore, right? So the NFL is becoming softer and softer. By the time 20 years from now, it may be two-hand touch. It may be literally two-hand touch. That's just how it goes, Cowboy Nation. I wish I could make it up, but that's just the NFL for what it is right now. So, Josh Jones, I got to break him down real quick. He's a guy that's a sure tackler. Not that great in coverage, but he can lay the wood, which is not really something that's granted and warranted in the modern day football. Now, he's a hybrid, meaning that he can play a little Sam for you as a linebacker responsibility. He's good off of blitzing. I think he got like over 3 sacks in his luxurious career, his short-term career. But you don't want him to be your free safety. But I can say this. Chris Richard can probably look at his makeup and say that, okay, I have a spot for you. Because think about this, Kayvon Frazier is going to be out for a while, right? Kayvon Frazier is one of the better hitters on our team. Kayvon Frazier been injured for a minute now. Every year Kayvon Frazier been injured. It's good to bring in somebody that you can say, okay, maybe he can pick up this defense and maybe along the lines of 3 to 4 weeks from now, maybe, just maybe, you can pick up this system and what we do. But in the meantime, since you're on the practice squad, what do the Green Bay Packers do best? How do the Green Bay Packers, what is Aaron Rodgers' weakness since you played with Aaron Rodgers, since you went against Aaron Rodgers for the last 2 years that you've been in the NFL? They probably pick his brain a little bit. So that was a good G move by the Cowboys to pick up Josh Jones. Not saying that he's an expert at the Packers playbook, but it is what it is. What about Sean Lee? Has he ever been going and coming back, playing? My thing is, when you go back and look at the Saints tape of Sean Lee, I really appreciate you. I couldn't read all of your comment. It just went by too quick. My thing is, and I'm glad you mentioned Sean Lee. We love Sean Lee. We love him. We love him. But at some point, we got to look at Sean Lee's age factor. He looks sluggish out there, lethargic. He looks slow. It looks like Sean Lee, his mind is there. He knows where he want to be at on the ball. There's an opportunity last game for him to catch an interception. And the game before that, he was right at the right spot. His mind was there, but his body failed him. His body ain't there. You know, it's like the inverse of R. Kelly. My mind telling me no, but my body is telling me yeah. You know, however that song go. That's what it is right now. But the inverse, his mind is telling him, I want to be right here. I want to be right here for the spot of the ball, but my body is sitting there like, nah, fam. So that's why you saw a little bit more of explosiveness when you put a Joe Thomas's of the worlds out there. That's why you see that. Yeah. What's up with you, Moses? Appreciate you. He body slammed the New Orleans Saints, got Bill Bates. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He body slammed him. But the old Sean Lee probably would have been in front of him before he got a chance to even body slam him. But that's just the reality of it when you look at the defense collectively. And I think that, you know, this is just from my observation for the nation, is that Joe Thomas is a little better in that spot right now. You know, it's just a little faster. It's just a little faster in that spot. But that's a story of a different day. Shout out to Sean Lee. Shout out to him. You know, he's been healthy so far. He's just a tad bit slower than what he used to be. I wouldn't use R. Kelly as a reference anymore, just saying, Moses, but you get what I'm saying. But you know, I'm not team R. Kelly, but you guys know what I'm saying. We need to take Rodgers' head off. This is Dan the Man. Yeah, we need to figure out a way to take his head off in a legal way, not illegally. Because what can hurt us is the bonehead, stupid calls that plays after the whistle. Those plays that when we get the defensive stop, you look back, which will happen. You look back and there's flags on the turf. We don't want that to happen. We saw that egregious call from the Saints. And I'm so glad it's Wednesday because I can't talk about the team no more versus the Saints. We talk about the Saints stuff all the way up until Tuesday, and now it's Wednesday, and we can't talk about the previous opposing opponent. Now it's all Green Bay Packers talk. Tavon Austin really ain't anything special. I think Smith is better. Only thing that I can say with Tavon Austin, he looked like he didn't play football in a while, right? Out there, he looked kind of slow. He wasn't blocking pretty well down the field as it relates to run plays and things like that. The decoy didn't work for Tavon Austin, or Tavion was what Jerry Jones called him. It wasn't working for him. Hopefully, we see a little bit more out of Tavon this weekend because it's going to be a home game. Hopefully, they are able to hear and all these little things right here that can help this team win. That's what we need. We need a team win this weekend. We need to be focused. We need to figure out ways to blitz Aaron Rodgers, and when we get there, get home. We got to understand that Aaron Rodgers can kill you multiple ways. He can kill you with those Aaron Rodgers legs. He can kill you with that arm power. And if we had problems and issues last week with a quarterback that didn't throw the ball more than 20 yards, we're going to have problem this week. We're going to have problem this week. So this is going to be a game where we can't play around because the defense of the Green Bay Packers is nobody to sneeze at. They are a opportunistic defense. They got a guy that wears, I think I've got his number, but I know his name. His name is Savage. Look out for Savage this weekend. He is a playmaker. He was one of my guys that I had on high on my board. So watch out for Savage this weekend from Maryland. You guys, I think it's Darnell Savage, right? You can put down his number down there. But this weekend, we got to figure out ways to run the rock. Are you in the rock? Are you in the rock? Let's repeat. Are you in the rock? We got to figure out a way to run the rock. I'm not saying being dummies and running it into a brick wall. I'm not saying that type of running. We got to scheme some plays open for Dak Prescott to run the rock. And we got to run the rock for Ezekiel Elliott on the outside. And when Ezekiel Elliott is gasped, which he will be, you got to put in Tony Pollard. You got to. If this game go by this weekend and I don't see at least 5 to 6 or maybe 7 snaps from Tony Pollard in the backfield, I will be livid. I will be livid. I will be livid, Cowboy Nation. Oh, so Savage wears number 26. Shout out to you, Savage Time. Appreciate you, man. So you got to look out for number 26. Cheeto, I saw your video. You were more aggressive at the LOS. Jordan K. Cheeto is part of the notification squad. He might have. But I ain't going to clout that thing up. Cheeto did. He was a little bit more aggressive. But I'm not going to talk about the Saints. We moving on to Green Bay. I'm tired of... Look, one thing I will say before I get on out of here. I'm so sick and tired of the Eagles fans and the New Orleans Saints fans. I'm so sick and tired of those two organizations because they all in my chats. They all in my news feed. They hit me up on Instagram. They hit me up on Twitter. And they hit me up on Facebook. And I'm sitting there like, man, I thought you guys were Cowboy fans. You guys following me like, like I'm gonna talk about your team again. It is crazy to me that the Eagles, they say that we're not relevant. They say that we haven't won anything since 1995, and they still haven't caught up. That's the craziest thing. If we haven't won since 1995, what's taking you all so long to catch up? That's the craziest thing. And you have the nerve to talk about the Cowboys organization. That's crazy to me. It's kind of like, I look, it's crazy. It's kind of like I'm driving this whip right here, right? I'm driving this whip right here. This is not me clouding. It's not me trying to showcase anything. It's like me driving this whip right here, and you finally got yours, and you sitting there like, well, you haven't got it. You haven't bought another one since 1995, but you just got yours. You just got yours. Won't you enjoy your ride? And don't be worrying about mine. Enjoy your Super Bowl. Enjoy your time out there playing in the NFL, doing your team, whatever it may be. Let us enjoy ours. But you still, mine's got a V8 and yours got a V4. but you happy about your V4. It's not even a V4, it's straight line 4. You happy about yours and I got a V8. But you say, hey, you haven't bought a new one yet, but mine's still faster, mine's still more valuable. Mine can still smoke you, you know what I'm saying? But you happy about your V4, straight line 4 engine car, and I got 8 of them in there. I got 8, you got 4. It's crazy, Cowboy Nation. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. And last I checked, 5 is more than 1, right? Matter of fact, Saints can add the Eagles Super Bowl together and 5 is still more than theirs, right? Let's go, Cowboy Nation. I'm out. Peace. Oh, I forgot. And remember, you all are listening to nothing but the best. Let's go. Salute. I'm out.